Welcome back to our Wretched. Perhaps you're a little bit frustrated because your church isn't exactly the way you would like it to be. It is not composed of the people who look like me, perhaps think like me, desire the same things I do. Might I suggest to you there is a way to not only get over those frustrated feelings, but to rejoice that when you show up on Sunday morning and there's a bunch of people of a bunch of different flavors with a bunch of different tastes, you should go, cool, I get to be a part of this. Murray Campbell, in a very thoughtful, helpful, encouraging, comforting article, warning us to not look for the right fit in a church. And while it is an admonition, no doubt, I think it's also a huge encouragement. Murray Campbell wrote, God didn't choose us according to the rules of natural selection. It just happened. But according to supernatural grace, when we judge our church according to the whims of natural selection, my preferences and desires, we're cutting against the means by which a church is formed and grows. This is huge. Not only is Jesus bringing together every tribe, every tongue, every language so that he can reveal how powerful, how amazing his grace is by saving a group of people that normally are at each other's throats, this is also a means of growth. Consider your patience. How's it doing? You see, when we get impatient with people at church or the lack of programs or the wrong kind of programs, and we tend to skedaddle, guess what we are forfeiting? A growth in patience. But if we stay recognizing what Jesus is doing, we are going to grow personally in patience. You and I will grow in loving kindness, regularly in mercy. We will become people that are more filled with fruit of the Spirit because we're with a group of people that don't just think. We don't go to a country club. I know that's a cliche, but you're not going to a place where everybody likes to golf and everybody likes really overpriced, overcooked chicken. No, we are going to a place that is far more special, far more unique, far more eternal, and far more helpful. Consider what you can teach people who aren't like you. You are somebody who is older. You've made it. You're successful. Perhaps you've sold the business. You've retired. You got the 401k set. It is all good. Now, look at those pesky whippersnappers who used to get up your nose and realize, I got something I could teach those folks. That's right. The people who don't match your perfect fit could benefit from your wisdom. They could benefit from your experience. And guess what? Here's the kicker. You could benefit from theirs. Hey, there's nothing those punks can teach me. Oh, yes, there is. Furthermore, while you perhaps have the wisdom, maybe you don't have the energy, but they do. And when you put those two powerhouses together, you've got yourself a better. You've got gray-haired wisdom. You've got youthful energy that could use some wisdom. And you could use some energy. Bang! What gets put together in the local church of the non-perfect fit type? Something stronger, something better. Not just for you, but for the body and for the benefit of the entire world. Do we see what Jesus is doing inside of a local church of misfit people? He is doing something powerful. It reveals his strength, and it's downright good for us. More from Murray Campbell. New Testament churches consisted of an array of people from different cultures and classes, rich and poor, men and women, Jew and Gentile, all members together, called to serve one another in love. This made the church attractive to surrounding people. This was a place where status didn't divide and where otherwise dissimilar people found the deepest and most stable bond. This was true in the first century. This is what Paul wrote about regularly in his epistles, not just Galatians with the Jew and Gentile business, but regularly describing this great mystery. Peter talked about this mystery of Jews and Gentiles coming together. Everybody knew they didn't get along. Why are they getting along there? What's happening in that building? What's bringing those people together? Furthermore, what are those people doing with those folks? How is it that poor people are hanging out with rich people? How is it that rich people are actually loving poor people? What's going on in there? In other words, the church of the non-perfect fit variety is evangelistic, from Murray Campbell. When we allow the Bible's vision of church to inform and transform our expectations, the gains are immeasurable. We begin building a church on grace. We prove to the world Christ is true. He's enough for lasting unity. We demonstrate the breadth and beauty of gospel reconciliation. And we undermine the rampant individualism that diminishes the beauty of the church, denies the power of the gospel, and hamstrings gospel-centered grace and growth. Are you a Marlboro Christian? That's right, you ride the range all by yourself. Or you just find other like-minded cowboys and you posse together, you ride together, and nobody's welcome inside of your little clique. And that is exactly what we are doing when we look for the church of the perfect fit. We are actually bucking against, that's right, I'm going to ride this analogy as far as I possibly can until I get to the border. The point is, we are actually kicking against the goads when we're looking for a church that we walk into and go, me. Because isn't that precisely what we're doing? When you and I look for a church that is perhaps very similar in age, skin color, gender, socioeconomic status, we're just looking to be surrounded by self, and that is not what Jesus is building. Tell me that whilst this article from Murray Campbell is a bit convicting, because let's be honest, we've all had some of these sentiments, is it not suddenly a joy to think about, you mean, I'm going to do that on Sunday morning? Do, 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 do. Thank you for calling technical support. This is Todd Friel, the Wretch. The song refers to, could I possibly put you on hold for a moment?
Todd, we have talked about this. You cannot answer the phone this way.
Righto. Thank you for calling technical support. This is Todd Friel, the Wretch the song refers to.